All right, so this time you've really sent us something interesting to look at this week. It's a
Yeah.
collection of, is it research?
Yeah.
Is it testimonials? Is it prophecies? Honestly, it's
Yeah.
really tough to categorize. But
Yeah.
one thing's for sure, it is all about Omi Kami and Rin cryptocurrency. And to be honest,
Okay.
I'm feeling pretty energized.
I can definitely feel the energy.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was fascinating how this raw, unfiltered enthusiasm
Right.
gives us a window into
Yeah.
the psychological and social forces shaping
Yeah.
Omi Kami's trajectory.
Okay, so to give you some context, dear listener,
Mm-hmm.
we're dealing with transcripts from what sounds like a very lively online forum,
Right.
maybe a live audio chat.
Okay.
Imagine a room buzzing with excited voices, throwing out predictions and
Yeah.
some seriously bold claims about Omi Kami's future.
Sure.
So your mission for us is to sift through this, let's just call it an enthusiast roundtable,
Okay.
and see what we can actually learn about Omi Kami.
Yeah, and a fascinating mission it is.
Yeah.
But remember, while these stories are
Mhm.
compelling,
Mm-hmm.
they only offer a glimpse
Right.
into the mindset of specific investors,
Sure.
not necessarily the
Right.
Omi Kami community as a whole.
Right, like these personal stories
Yeah.
can be so revealing. Like this one investor who described their reaction
Yeah.
to Ryoshi's recent post
Right.
as this visceral and almost primal scream in their office.
Wow.
It really highlights the emotional intensity surrounding Omi Kami.
It certainly does, and it makes you wonder,
Yeah,
could this reaction be driven by FOMO, or is there something deeper?
yeah.
Perhaps a sense of being part of something groundbreaking,
Ooh,
something that defies traditional financial norms.
that's a great point. And speaking of defying norms, there's this recurring theme
Okay.
of comparing Omi Kami to figures like Elon Musk and Donald Trump.
Interesting.
It's not just laid about the potential financial gains.
Right,
It's about
right.
aligning yourself with disruption. Okay.
And challenging the status quo.
Exactly. It's just a desire not just for wealth,
Yeah.
but for influence,
Yeah.
for being part of a movement that reshapes the world.
Right.
It makes you wonder, how does this positioning, this association with these figures,
Right.
impact the perceived value of Omi Kami?
Right. It's almost like they're saying, if Omi Kami can do for me
Yeah.
what Elon did for Tesla, sign me up.
Yeah.
And it's not all talk either.
Okay.
One investor even claims
Yeah.
they got rid of all their other crypto holdings
Wow.
and even some bad habits
Okay.
after getting into Omi Kami and Rin.
That speaks volumes about the transformative power of belief.
Yeah.
This individual has fully bought into the Omi Kami vision,
Mm-hmm.
seeing it as a path to not just financial success,
Yeah.
but personal growth as well.
Right.
It's a fascinating example of how a financial investment
Yeah.
can become intertwined with personal identity and aspirations. Absolutely. And then there's this really heartwarming story about an investor who gifted Omi Kami
Okay.
to his workers as a Christmas present,
Wow.
even teaching them how to buy it. Talk about spreading the Omi Kami love.
It's remarkable.
Yeah.
But it also raises the question,
Yeah.
is this purely altruistic, or
Mhm.
is there an element of wanting to see Omi Kami succeed?
That's an interesting perspective. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, if everyone I know is investing in Omi Kami, then surely it's going to skyrocket.
Precisely. It highlights the interconnectedness of individual actions
Yeah.
and collective outcomes within the Omi Kami community.
Right. But let's not forget about those on the other side of the spectrum.
Okay.
We also have this investor from Germany,
Yeah.
a police officer no less, who claims they've never encountered a scam cryptocurrency project
Oh, wow.
that operates like Omi Kami has for the past 2 years.
That's interesting.
That's a pretty bold statement, especially coming from someone in law enforcement.
Yeah.
You'd think they'd be pretty good at spotting scams. Does this add legitimacy
That's a good question.
to Omi Kami, or should we still approach this with healthy skepticism?
Well, while their perspective is intriguing,
Okay.
it's crucial to remember that absence of evidence
Right.
isn't evidence of absence.
Okay.
Just because one person
Yeah.
hasn't encountered a similar scam
Right.
doesn't guarantee Omi Kami's legitimacy.
Sure.
However, it does offer a counterpoint
Okay.
to those who quickly dismiss it as a scam.
Okay, fair enough. So we've got passionate believers,
Mm-hmm.
skeptical law enforcement,
Yeah.
and everything in between.
Right.
And then there's this doctor from London who admits to not being a crypto person,
Well,
but invested in Omi Kami and Rin after profiting from Memecoin.
interesting.
It seems the allure of Omi Kami extends far beyond seasoned crypto enthusiasts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This doctor's investment highlights the powerful influence of success stories,
Yeah.
even from unrelated projects,
Right?
in driving market trends.
Yeah.
Perhaps it speaks to the fear of missing out,
Hmm.
the desire to be part of the next big thing,
Right.
regardless of one's understanding of the underlying technology.
It's like, hey, if Memecoin can moon, why not Omi Kami?
Right.
And speaking of mooning,
Okay.
there's a lot of buzz in this transcript
Yeah.
about Ryoshi's eventual reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Many believe this is going to be the catalyst
Okay.
for Omi Kami's price explosion.
That anticipation surrounding Ryoshi's identity
Yeah.
speaks to the mystique they've cultivated.
Right.
Some are even linking the potential reveal
Oh, wow.
to astronomical events, attributing almost supernatural significance to their actions.
It's as if they're waiting for a sign from the crypto gods themselves.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that this anticipation, this buildup of excitement,
Right.
could create a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Sure.
If enough people believe something will happen, their actions can actually make it happen.
Precisely.
Yeah.
But let's not forget about the technology itself.
Okay.
While the community buzz is undeniable,
Mm.
we need to ask, what sets Omi Kami apart from other cryptocurrencies?
Yeah.
Is the technology truly innovative?
Mm-hmm.
Or is the hype outpacing its actual functionality?
That's a great point. We've been so caught up in the stories and the hype
Yeah.
that we haven't even touched on Omi Kami's actual tech.
Right. And that's something you, dear listeners, should be thinking about, too.
Okay.
Stay tuned for part 2, where we delve deeper into the nuts and bolts of Omi Kami
Right.
and see if it lives up to the hype.
You know, it's easy to get swept up in the fervor surrounding Omi Kami.
Right.
But as you just mentioned,
Yeah.
understanding the underlying technology is
Yeah.
crucial.
Right. So let's get down to brass tacks.
Okay.
What is Omi Kami,
Okay.
technically speaking?
Well, at its core, Omi Kami is a decentralized, open-source blockchain platform.
Okay.
Now, that might sound like a mouthful,
Right.
but basically it's designed to facilitate peer-to-peer transactions
Okay.
without the need for intermediaries like banks.
Okay. That's starting to sound familiar.
Yeah. But there are tons of cryptocurrencies out there that do that.
Right.
What makes Omi Kami special?
One of the key features that differentiates Omi Kami is its focus on privacy.
Okay.
It utilizes a unique cryptographic protocol
Right.
that obscures transaction details,
Okay.
making it difficult to trace the sender, receiver, or amount.
So it's kind of like the cryptocurrency equivalent of a secret handshake?
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
This emphasis on privacy has attracted a lot of attention,
Right.
particularly from individuals who value their financial anonymity.
And probably a few folks who aren't exactly thrilled about the idea of Big Brother watching their every move.
Precisely. Now, another intriguing aspect of Omi Kami
Okay.
is its integration with Rin,
Right.
a decentralized finance protocol
Okay.
built on top of the Omi Kami blockchain.
DeFi. Now, that's a term I've been hearing a lot lately.
Sure.
Can you break that down for us?
Certainly, DeFi essentially aims to recreate traditional financial services,
Okay.
like lending and borrowing, but in a decentralized and transparent manner using blockchain technology.
So instead of going to a bank for a loan, you could potentially get one through Rin.
Exactly. Rin allows users to lend and borrow cryptocurrencies,
Okay.
earn interest on their holdings, and even trade synthetic assets,
Wow.
all without the need for traditional financial institutions.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So Omi Kami provides the privacy-focused platform,
right.
and Rin adds this whole DeFi layer on top.
You got it.
Okay.
And this combination has created a lot of buzz,
Right.
particularly within the cryptocurrency community.
That makes sense, but let's not forget about the elephant in the room.
Okay.
There's not a lot of talk about Omi Kami's actual use cases. It's
Right.
all very theoretical.
That's a valid observation.
Yeah.
While the technology itself seems promising,
Right.
it's still early days for Omi Kami.
Okay.
The project is still largely in its development phase,
Mm-hmm.
and concrete use cases beyond speculation and DeFi
Yeah.
remain somewhat elusive.
So it's kind of a build it and they will come situation.
In a way, yes.
Okay.
The Omi Kami team seems to be betting that the technology's inherent strengths,
Mhm.
particularly its privacy features,
Right.
will eventually attract developers and users
Okay.
who will create a thriving ecosystem.
Well, they've certainly got a passionate community behind them.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, there's a lot of talk in this transcript
Right.
about Omikami being the next big thing,
Right.
with some even predicting a 1,000x or 2,000x return on investment.
Those are incredibly bold predictions.
Yeah.
And it's important to approach them with a healthy dose of skepticism.
Right.
Remember, the cryptocurrency market
Yeah.
is notoriously volatile.
Right.
Even projects with strong fundamentals can fail to gain traction.
So should we be taking those predictions with a whole mountain of salt?
Absolutely.
Okay.
While it's tempting to get caught up in the hype,
Yeah.
it's crucial to remember that past performance is not indicative of future results.
Right. It's all fun and games until the music stops.
Exactly.
But let's say, hypothetically speaking,
Okay.
that Omikami does become wildly successful. What could that look like?
Well, if Omikami's vision comes to fruition,
Right.
it could potentially disrupt a wide range of industries.
Okay.
Its privacy features could appeal to individuals concerned about data security and surveillance.
Right.
Its decentralized nature could offer an alternative to traditional financial systems,
Okay.
particularly in regions with limited access to banking services.
So it's not just about making a quick buck.
Right.
It's about potentially changing the world.
That seems to be the narrative
Okay.
that many in the Omikami community subscribe to.
Right.
They see it as more than just a cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
It's a movement, a philosophy, a way to challenge existing power structures
Wow.
and empower individuals.
That's pretty heady stuff.
It is.
And speaking of heady,
Yeah.
there's this whole other dimension to this transcript that I want to explore. The idea of Omikami as not just a financial investment,
Right.
but an energetic or spiritual one.
Yes. That's a fascinating aspect.
Yeah.
Several speakers talk about aligning their energy with Omikami,
Right.
claiming that it's brought positive changes to their lives,
Okay.
even helping them break bad habits
Oh, wow.
and cultivate better relationships.
It's almost as if they're tapping into some kind of collective consciousness,
Yeah.
drawing strength and inspiration from the Omikami community.
Right.
One investor even compares it to a spiritual awakening.
It's a remarkable phenomenon,
Yeah.
and it underscores the powerful role that belief plays
You're right.
in shaping our experiences.
Yeah.
Whether or not there's any tangible, energetic connection,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that people believe in it can have a profound impact on their lives.
So even if we can't scientifically prove that Omikami has some mystical energy field,
Right.
the power of belief itself could be a driving force behind its success.
It's certainly possible.
Okay.
Belief can be incredibly potent, especially when shared by a large and passionate community.
Right.
It can create a sense of purpose, belonging, and shared destiny.
Okay, I have to admit, I'm starting to feel the Omikami vibes myself.
Yeah.
But before we get too carried away,
Sure.
let's shift gears and talk about the community itself.
Yes. The community is undoubtedly one of Omikami's most valuable assets.
Okay.
It's a vibrant, engaged group of individuals
Right.
who are passionate about the project and eager to spread the word.
And they're not just talking online.
Right.
They're actually meeting up in person,
Yeah.
forming real-world connections, and even collaborating on new ventures.
That's great.
One group from this transcript is even planning to start their own Telegram channel
Wow.
to stay connected and explore new ideas.
It's a fantastic example of how online communities
Right.
can translate into offline relationships and opportunities.
Yeah.
And that strong sense of community can be crucial for weathering the inevitable ups and downs
Right.
of the cryptocurrency market.
So even if the price of Omikami doesn't go to the moon overnight, the strength of its community could help it survive the inevitable storms.
Absolutely.
Okay.
A supportive community can provide a sense of stability, encouragement, and shared purpose
Yeah.
that can help investors stay committed
Yes.
even during periods of market volatility.
So it seems like having a strong community can really make or break a cryptocurrency project,
Yeah,
especially one as unique as Omikami.
right.
It's definitely got that us against the world mentality,
Mm-hmm.
which can be pretty powerful.
That's a key insight.
Yeah.
Omikami has cleverly tapped into a sense of belonging, a shared vision of the future
Yeah.
that transcends the purely financial aspect.
Right.
It's almost like a digital tribe,
Okay.
united by their belief in this revolutionary technology
Yeah.
and its potential to reshape the world.
And that tribal mentality can be seen in how fiercely they defend Omikami against skeptics. Remember that investor who called anyone who doubts Omikami
Yeah.
stupid people who don't like money?
That's a rather extreme example,
Yeah,
but it highlights the emotional intensity
right.
surrounding this project.
Yeah.
It's not just an investment,
Yeah.
it's an ideology,
Okay.
a way of life for some.
It's like they've found their people,
Right,
and anyone who challenges that is seen as a threat.
precisely.
Yeah.
And that kind of unwavering belief
Right.
can be both a blessing and a curse.
Okay.
On the one hand,
Yeah.
it can fuel incredible growth and innovation.
Right.
On the other hand, it can lead to blind faith
Hmm.
and a resistance to critical thinking.
So how do we, as informed listeners, navigate this complex landscape?
Yeah.
How do we separate the hype from the reality, the
Right.
signal from the noise?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's no easy answer.
Right.
But I think the key is to approach any investment,
Yeah.
especially in the volatile world of cryptocurrency,
Mm-hmm.
with a healthy dose of skepticism
Okay.
and a commitment to continuous learning.
So don't just jump on the bandwagon because everyone else is.
Right.
Do your own research,
Yeah.
ask tough questions,
Mm.
and be prepared to change your mind as new information emerges. So where does this leave us, dear listener?
Yeah.
We've explored the emotional fervor,
Mhm.
the technological potential,
Right.
and the community dynamics surrounding Omi Kami.
Yeah.
What have we learned?
We've seen the belief can be a powerful force,
Mm-hmm.
both for good and for ill.
Okay.
We've seen that technology can be both promising and uncertain.
Right.
And we've seen that community can provide both support and blind spots.
It's a lot to process.
It is.
But that's the beauty of a deep dive. We're not just scratching the surface. We're plunging headfirst into the complexities and contradictions of this fascinating phenomena.
And ultimately, the decision of whether or not to invest in Omikami
Yeah,
rests with you, the listener.
right.
We've equipped you with the knowledge and insights
Mm-hmm.
to make an informed decision.
We've given you the pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Now it's up to you to assemble them
Right.
and decide what picture they form.
Exactly.
Is Omi Kami a technological marvel,
Yeah.
a social movement,
Yeah.
a speculative bubble,
Right.
or perhaps a bit of all three?
Only time will tell.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure.
Okay.
Omikami is a microcosm of the larger cryptocurrency landscape.
Right.
A world where innovation, speculation, and community
Yeah.
collide in fascinating and unpredictable ways.